Good afternoon, everyone. Today's topic is about dropout layer and batch normalization. In this lesson, we'll be learning about the special layers. Those are dropout layers and batch normalization. So, firstly, what is a dropout layer means? It will randomly sets input units to 0 with a frequency of rate at each step during the training time, which helps preventing the overfitting. No, for the dropout layer only applies when training is set to true, such that no values are dropped during the interference. So when using the model, it is set to training is set to true value. So now here, this is the idea behind the dropout layer. In this, we will be mentioning half of the 50% has been added between the two hidden layers. This is the process how we'll be adding the keras or dropout layer to the model. Next, coming to batch normalization, it is a method that is used to make the artificial neural networks faster and to be more stable for the input layer by recentering and rescaling. So here we'll be using this DNN that added to each mini batch. This has the effect of stabilizing the learning process and reducing the number of training epochs required to train the networks. So now if it is good to normalize the data before it goes into network, maybe batch normalization benefit is to reduce internal shift, and also it reduces the scales of parameters in their initial values. So in this way we will be adding the batch normalization for the dense layers. Now for example, in the previous session we have used Redvine model for that data set. Now here we will be increasing the data capacity even more by adding dropout layer and batch normalization. For adding the dropout layer, we need to increase the dense layers also. For every dense layer, we are adding the dropout layer. Dropout layer will always ranges between the 0 and 1. Mean absolute error is also added for the loss calculation. Now we'll be going to do the exercise. In this exercise, you'll add dropout to Spotify model and see how batch normalization can let you successfully train models on difficult datasets. Firstly, we'll be set up the plotting and load the Spotify dataset. First is to add dropout to Spotify model. Here they are mentioning two dropout layers, one after the dense layers with 128 units and one with the 64 units with the dropout rate of 0.3. Likewise, we have added model equal to keras the sequential. First layer dense layer with 128 units and the activation function is relu. Second layer is 64 with the 64 units and the dropout rate is 0.3. Finally, we'll be adding the dense layer. Now we need to run this cell to train the model if any effect of adding the dropout layer. This is the minimum validation loss 0.1963 for this dataset. Now we need to evaluate the dropout. Just to get the credit, from the learning curves you can see that the validation loss remains near a constant minimum even though the training loss continues to decrease. So we can see that adding dropout did prevent overfitting this time. Moreover, by making it harder for the network to fit spurious patterns, dropout may have encouraged the network to seek out more of the true patterns, possibly improving the validation loss. Now next we will switch the topics to explore how batch normalization can fix problems. So now we will be loading the concrete dataset. Next we will be running the cell to train the network of concrete data. So the minimum validation is none. So we end up with the blank graph. Now we'll be adding the batch normalization layers. Add 4 batch normalization layers, one before each of the dense layers. Remember to move the input shape to the new first layer. So here we will be adding model equal to keras sequential first batch normalization layer with the input shape for the first layer with the same dense layers of 512 units. For every dense layers we will be adding the batch normalization. So 1, 4, here we have added 4 batch normalization layers and last one is dense layers of 1 unit. Now for training the model we have to run this cell with batch normalization. Here the validation loss after adding the batch normalization layers is 4.0580. So after adding the batch normalization there was a big improvement on the first attempt. So by scaling the data as it passes through the network, batch normalization can let you train models on difficult datasets. That's it for today's class. In next session we'll be going to the last session, that is binary classification. I hope everyone will complete the exercise. Thank you.